everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah, and of course if you are a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for all your support and your likes and your hearts and your thumbs up and all that good stuff. So today's video I'm doing this makeup look right here. It's one of my fall makeup looks, and I used the palette, the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette. Here's the look that I'm doing. If you want to know how to get this beautiful, gorgeous, fall themed makeup look, then sit tight, don't go anywhere, and keep on watching. Alright, so I'm actually starting off by putting on my favorite face cream or face lotion, if you will. So that is what I'm doing right now. Just grab your favorite moisturizer and just moisturize your face like so. And I got some like little red like scars going on, or red pimples. I mean, I shouldn't have picked at it. I like never get zits in my life, but when I do, it's like one. So that means like when I get them, it's like it really shows. And this one actually happened because I kept scratching my skin. My skin's like really dry and it like flakes and peels off, and I just kind of like started scratching and picking at it, which I shouldn't. Don't pick at your skin, that's just really disgusting. But yeah, that's what happened. So just ignore those little whatever you call it. Anyway, so put on your favorite moisturizer, let that sit a little bit. So while that's sitting, I'm gonna actually put on some eye cream. And if you guys watch my videos, you'll know that I am currently using the Lancome Visionaire Youth Eye Cream Correction. So that is what I'm using. Going to just rub that under my eyes and just kind of everywhere. It's really good for like moisturizing your under eyes. Okay, so got that on. Let that sit a little bit. Alright, so now I'm gonna jump in and do my brows. You guys all know currently my favorite brow product, favorite brow pencil, whatever you want to call it, it's my e.l.f. Brow pencil. This thing is like $2. You really can't beat that. And it does the job nicely. It fills in my brows, gives you a nice natural finish. Yeah, for $2 and for like an everyday look, yeah, I think that's a good steal. So fill in the brows. Now I'm grabbing my Tarte Shape Tape, and we're just gonna prime the lid and just put a little bit underneath the eye, like so. A little bit of concealer and a little bit of priming the lid action. I'm taking my Morphe flat brush and just blending that away. Look how much brighter and just more awake I look. It just covered up those dark circles, and man, the power of makeup. Alright, so for this eye look, I am going to dive into the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette. And if you guys want to know what the palette looks like, let me show you. Alright, so those are the beautiful colors in the Armed and Gorgeous palette. I feel like it's such a perfect fall color. I don't know, it just reminds me of fall. Really just reminds me of fall. So I thought this would be perfect, and I actually got this from, I would like to consider her like a YouTube friend, if you will. I actually won one of her giveaways. I got the entire Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, and I won the collection, 2 of which I already have and the other 2 I didn't have. So this was the one I did not have already, so I'm like, ooh, how exciting. So we're gonna try this out. I've already played with it and dived into it. If you guys look carefully, I've actually already like, you know, dived into it. So yeah, so I'm gonna do a fall look with this. Alright, so enough chitter chattering. Before I go into the palette, I'm gonna just set my, like, the concealer I placed over my eyes with my Hourglass. I'm gonna use my Hourglass brush and just tap in some of that powder and just tap that right where my eyes are and even underneath my eyes. Alright, now I feel like we're good to go. Now we can dive into our Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. Alright, so the first color I'm diving into is this yellow shade right here called Access. And just on a nice fluffy brush, and don't mind the barrel, I don't know what happened to it, just kind of like started chipping off or whatever, but just a simple, nice, fluffy brush, pick up that color, and we're going to place that like so, right on your crease of your eye. You know what? Let me zoom in for you guys. Alright, much better. Personal. Close and personal. So again, pick up some of that color again, called Access, and place that on the sockets of your eye. And if you look carefully, I have some green glitter up here. Alright, let's just take that off. And you guys never saw that. So next we're diving into Agent, which is this right up here. And then using the same brush. And I actually cleaned off the brush a little bit with one of those like dry brush cleaner pads. So same brush, going to just take that and focus it more on the outer corner. And bringing it in just halfway. But just remember, focus it on the outer part of your crease. Next, I'm diving into this beautiful, like, dark green color called Top Secret. So this color right here. And then taking my e.l.f. shadow brush, we're going to just place that like so. So just letting you guys know, initially when I first started using this palette, because right now it's not my first time using it, but when I first started using it and I dived into this green Top Secret color, honestly, it wasn't really working for me. But, you know, I feel like with makeup, you have to not just use it once and call it a day. You have to use it one time, two time, three time, four time. Just use it over and over and over. And every time you use it, you find different, better ways to use the product. So this is, I guess, like my third or fourth time using this palette. And every time I use it, I find better ways to use it. So I'm actually glad I practiced with it a lot more. Again, of course I need a lot more practice, but you know, you won't get better unless you practice. You get what I'm saying? So just pack on that beautiful Top Secret green color. Alright, you guys know I have to have a little bit of shimmer or glitter. So I'm gonna pick up this shade right here called Coin. Such a beautiful, like, shimmery gold color. And just using a small brush like this one, gonna pick that up. And we're going to just place that right on the inner corners of our eyes. And I'm really trying to just keep this look just at the inner corner. Alright, so I do want to darken up the look just a little bit. So I'm going to take this shade right here called Prowl, a nice matte brown color. And picking up this brush right here, we're just going to just place that right at the outer corner. And then taking this brush right here, this is actually by Laura Mercier. I don't know what happened to the barrel, but yeah, just take that and just kind of blend that dark brown color you just added on, like so. Let it become seamless. Alright, now take your favorite eyeliner. Mine is the NYX eyeliner, which is what I'm using currently, and just make your favorite winged eyeliner. Alright, so for my lashes, I'll be putting on my Ardell Wispy lashes, which is these right here. Just gonna pop them on real quick. So my lashes are on, and I've already primed my face with my YSL Blur Primer. I'm gonna now dive in with my Hourglass Stick Foundation, and just put on some foundation. I'm gonna dive back into my Tarte Shape Tape, and I've actually had to wipe it off earlier because of the fallouts of the eyeshadow. I mean, it wasn't like much fallout, but it was a pretty it was a good amount where I'm like, I have to wipe it off, so I wiped it off. And so I'm gonna put back on my concealer and just kind of place it in areas where I feel like needs to be brightened up a little bit. So yeah, now we're going to blend in our Warrior paint, and this time I'm just using my Morphe sponge just to dab that in. And yes, my sponge is damp. Just to cover up that red spot on my face, I'm going to just add a little bit more Hourglass just in those areas. And then kind of using like a flat brush, gonna pat that in. And voila, it's all gone. Alright, so that is looking good. Okay, so now we're going to put on some, what do you call it? I guess a little bit of color back in our face. One of my favorite product is my Hoola bronzer. Of course, you guys all know about this Hoola bronzer deal. So I'm going to take that and apply it to my face. Let me zoom out a little bit. Alright, so I'm picking up some of that color on this brush right here. This is my Morphe brush. And we're just going to brush the colors on. Like so. This is just how I apply it, so. Alright, next I'm taking my Milani Romantic Rose blush and applying that on the cheeks. A really nice, soft, rosy color. Alright, and then for the highlight, I want to like play up the gold a little bit because I do have gold in the inner corner. And so for that, I'm going to pick up my Fenty Beauty, and that is the shade right there in Trophy Wife. Alright, Kilowatt Trophy Wife. Take some of that, and I'm going to pick it up on this brush right here. This is also a Morphe brush. You guys, I just had to zoom in for this because applying this color, this beautiful Trophy Wife, it's just really pretty. Can you guys see that? Ooh. I freaking love that. Alright. Put a little bit more on this side. Now, if you don't want your cheeks to be like really poppin', just use like a fan brush, and that'll just make the look, you know, a little bit lighter. But if you do want your cheeks to be glowing like I do, then do what I did, I guess. Alright. Just to finish up the look, I'm going to take my Dose of Color in Jazzy and then set my face with my favorite Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Alright, you guys, that is it for this look. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and yeah, that is the final look going on right here. A nice gold, you know, Fenty Beauty gold on the cheeks. You got some nice blush color, natural blush by Milani. My lips are just popping. I love the gold inner color. The palette, the eyeshadow palette, it's not my favorite palette, to be quite honest, in the Vault collection, but it is, you know, a nice palette. So if you haven't picked one up yet, you should. My favorite is, well, I should probably make a different video for that, but it's not my favorite palette. It's some nice colors, but not my favorite. So if you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe and join the Kwak fam. What are you waiting for? And click on that notification bell. That way you're notified when I upload. And yeah, that's it, guys. Alright, oh, you can follow me on my social platforms. And yes, guys, giveaway is coming up soon. I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a giveaway that has to do with your hair. I don't know, you tell me. That is it for the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you are. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!